Right. So first of all, I talked to my mom. Always, I think, what she's been through, right? And she always told me that she had menopause very early in her 40s, right? And I'm like, that's interesting. And that time, but the doctors, it was only, and they really looked up to the doctors. There was a time, and even now, I think a lot of women, they just look up to the doctor. And especially in our culture, there is so much information through Ayurveda and all this, but there still is something, you go talk to your doctor, right? And what I find is a lot of time doctors really don't know what's going on, and they can just send you for this test and that test, right? And I wasn't going to go through that, so I started early. I'm very, I think very blessed that way. I'm very in tune with my body. The work I do, I work with women. I'm a women's advocate. So when I sit with women, when I listen to them, it's all about, internally what's going on inside them as well. And I started noticing a few things, right? As, I was going to turn 47 now. So the little things, right? And I just started, journaling when this happened. Even if it was a little pain just around my neck or around my shoulder, I would write it down because nothing else changed. I'm still eating the way I'm eating. I'm doing my yoga. I'm working out. So why is this pain? And I was like, whenever we are driving a car, if I see a little light, and I tell my husband, like, oh my God, we need to take it there's something going on. So I always think our body is the same thing. So that little light is telling something. If there's a little headache, well, it's not a headache. No, there's a reason that little headache's coming up. So that's what I just started journaling, and I did went to my doctor to say, oh, I'm noticing, oh no, you're too young, you're too healthy, nothing's going to happen. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then went to my, lucky I had a very good naturopath. So I would discuss with her. And even her, she just didn't have like one thing, oh, take this, but she would educate me, oh, this is new, there's this out, and then I would try and I would go back if this is working or not. And to be very honest, I think it worked. I see through my clients, my nieces, my own daughters, and my family, people just they give up, they get tired, right? And I think, so it's this time we have something. I think one thing is like, oh, this is it, I just have to live with this. And I think that, like, don't give up, right? Mm-hmm. Like I was talking to my sister-in-law, she's like, oh, it's headache, that's okay, I just get it. I'll just pop a Tylenol or an Advil, right? And then I look at it, I'm like, no, like, for how long are you going to do that, right? Mm-hmm. And even with a lot of my clients, like, they'll say, oh, this is it, I just have, they make a joke about it, right? Mm-hmm. No, it's not funny, it's serious, mm-hmm. You don't, and I think now we have so much out there, and with, you don't have to suffer, you don't have to, you just need to take in control. Like everything else, we take in control, right? Women, we mm-hmm. control of our home, our kid. This is
but
also
not us. Like everything else, but not us.
Not us, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one, just be very in tune. Just write a journal, write down what's going on. I think that really helps, right? And then secondly, just don't give up. Try different things. And it's not one thing. You can't just say, oh, one vitamin's gonna. It's that holistic approach, right? Like your body, mind, spirit, everything, mm-hmm. and talk to other women and laugh and enjoy. I think that's what we need, mm-hmm. right? So. Again, it's a blessing, isn't it, right?
Yes, yes.
Just working in the field I do, right?
Yeah.
I'm a women's advocate. I work with women who are fleeing domestic abuse, going through stress. How can I tell them? How can I be there for them if I'm not going to look after myself? Mm-hmm. We run a transition house for women who come, right, and stay with us. And I wanted to be at my 100%. When I'm sitting and I'm going to support this woman and the children, mm-hmm. I can't be like this, right? I mm-hmm. need to, I know there's still days when I'm like that, but there, yeah. At least, so I think for me that role model was so important, right? Mm-hmm. So I said, if this is my responsibility to my job. Mm-hmm. If I'm going to do this work, so I better be good at it and I better take care of myself. And believe me, it's a lot of work. It wasn't easy. Well, my daughter's 15, mm-hmm. and she knows that I'm talking to you today, so I think she's already
good.
She's good, right?
That's half the battle.
Yeah. So she and I see her when she comes home and tell me about her friends, how even when they have their period, they're just popping like Advil and Tylenol, and she mm-hmm. said, no, just take some pumpkin seeds or take some and it's so nice to see that, right? Mm-hmm. right? She goes sees. She has a naturopath, so she goes sees and she journals. Right? I think it's just knowing your body, right?
Knowing your body.
Who you are and what, like, you know, and I think sometimes our ethnicity and our, like, you know, what that really, you know, you can't. If that worked for me, it doesn't mean that's going to work for you. So I think
Right.
you really need to find what's going to work for you and your.
Right.
But having those extra supports, and you need it. So again, I would say having those, you know, the right food and the right support, someone that you can just talk or just, you know, for me, like for example, my naturopath, I could just send her a quick email, said, okay, this is what I'm, you know, do I continue with this or do I stop or do we want to? So it is a bit of a, you know, game and a struggle. So don't give up. But what I find right now is by trying all these different things, and I found the right thing. It's all about is my balancing of my estrogen and progesterone. That's what helped me, and just having just extra, you know, good nutrition in my food, right? And that helped, right? So I don't feel that fogginess anymore. I feel healthy. I'm not tired. I don't know how it's going to be next month, but at least for now, right? And if there's something comes up, then I know what to look and I know what else to look into and try. Just be aware and be ready. And I'm glad I had that talk with my mom. Right? I think that's where it began. Otherwise, I was like, oh no, you know, it's nothing going on, right? So why wait till that late, and why not start early? It's like prevention, right? Don't we say, oh, don't eat sugar, don't eat this? It's a prevention for diabetes. Same thing. You know, with menopause, it's going to happen. So let's do some good prevention work. Let's
be tuned in.
And be ready for it, right? Yeah, so we can embrace it and enjoy it.